There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV.
God bless. Now, don't forget the rest now, people. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Alright. Leave the politics out of it, alright? Leave the politics out of it. We listen to Choking Victim, yeah? We listen to No Gods, No Managers, No Gods, No Masturbation. Haha. It was a good record. It wasn't my first time listening, because I had so much of this material back in the day on an iPod. Yes, now. So I was familiar with this band like when I was in high school, and I was familiar with Leftover Crack as well. I forgot the correlation between this band and Leftover Crack. Earlier in the recordings of the reactions as we were going through this song by song, I sort of I could be incredibly wrong in saying this, but I said it had a parallel to the Catch-22 Streetlight Manifesto situation. Maybe. But yeah, this band, maybe more so Leftover Crack, but I'm gonna sort of call it tomato, is a gateway band, would you say? It's a gateway band into getting into anarcho crust. I spent years with anarcho punks. It was never really my cup of tea, but I'm from Britain, yeah? From England. As far as punk rock is concerned, the late 70s, rooted in anarcho punk. Alright? None of them lot would listen to this band. So it's a bit of a gateway band. I think the edgy factor sells it to younger people. And, you know, the whole sort of ACAB sort of thing. Which, as you get a little bit older, you can't necessarily be as vocal about that. Or if you've genuinely actually been in trouble before, right? Let me accent that. If you've actually been in trouble, you blend it a bit better than, you know, being these kids who just sort of brandish these slogans and write them on their jackets and stuff. I started listening to this record and I made a lot of comments about how I dislike crusties, man. But I'm not even necessarily talking about crusties now. I'm talking about, you know, Babby's first punk rock experience when you get all your patches and this and that, and trust me, I was there, but I did it via hardcore punk, you know. Unfortunately, American hardcore punk, you know, like your Minor Threat and your this, that, and the third. I should have really started with the real deal, and that's us English, you know what I mean? Come on now. We always did it better. To this day, we do it better than the Americans. It's got to be said. Now, this band is a gateway band. Where do we go from here? I think it's easily accessible because the songs are good. The songs are well written, well composed. There is an edginess to the lyrical content, but not so much an extremity in the sound of the band. It's a good introduction to ska punk if you were unfamiliar with it initially. Definitely a very good introduction. Crack Rock Steady, track number 3, and the reprisal on the end of the record really is a special track. It's a very, very well written track. I like it a lot. The sing-along value is absolutely incredible. And I think the first track, 500 Channels, that as well is a fantastically written tune. Really well done, really well structured. These dudes might have been punk rockers, but there was some talent in behind their composition process. That's for sure. Where do we go from there? Instrumentally, it was pretty good. The drummer was pretty good. The guitars, I didn't really get along with half of the writing ideas, but I can't knock the guitarist's means of playing. Like they can definitely play them instruments well enough, beyond well enough. But the actual writing of the riffs, half of them I'm not too fussed. When they did the whole death metal thing, when they sort of erred into that metal side of things, I hate that. I hate that. I hate it when Sum 41 do it. I know it's half of what Dystopia do, but I don't really like it when Dystopia do it. I want to hear punk. I want to hear punk. I want to hear punk. Because when these guys do metal, it's the atmosphere, the tone of the record, the production of the record, it just does not cater to it. It's too dry. I don't like it whatsoever. It's random. Stick to the ska and punk. You've got your yin and yang there. When you add that third sort of awkwardness into the mix, it just doesn't work. It does not work, in my opinion. It does not work. We would call it a trinity. 3 is a magic number. 3 is a powerful number. But in this particular circumstance, I think it goes against the rule. Goes against the law. Numerologically speaking, right? If I'm to rate this record, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I would like to give it a 7, but there's some shit songs on this, to be honest. We were okay, and then we got to Money, then we got to Hate Your State, F America, War Story. That run of songs just weren't that good. Praise the Sinners, you could have just got rid of that on the record. Living the Laws was crap. It's just like that metal stuff, and it just sounds like it's tongue-in-cheek. It just sounds like it's forced. You know? Do you know when a band first puts a record out and it's sort of like their debut and it's all over the place a little bit because they're still finding themselves and dialing in as to what they do best? They should have just dialed into the punk rock. Dialed into the ska punk. But 6.5 is still a good rating from me because I think when they do it right, they do it really, really good. They do it really good. Really, really good. So yeah, I say that, politics aside, because I know that, you know, whatever's gone on with this band has gone on. Bro, I give a flying hoot, to be honest with you. I'm not a participant of this style of things. I think if you're politically minded and you want to make a change, don't associate with bum frequencies like this. Let's be real. Don't take drugs. Don't be a victim. And don't associate with people who are clearly scumbags. Alright? That's what I think. That's sort of like a conflicting sense of self I find with the crusties, in all honesty. Or at least, you know, the politically speaking ones. I understand it when you're younger, but when you're a bit older, it's, you know, let's make things work, you know what I mean? Let's not try to be so contrary to the norm that it actually gives you a lesser quality of life. But with that being said, this was an okay record. I'll probably go on to do Leftover Crack, in all honesty, because why the hell not? I think I want to go on to do a little bit of ska punk. Now I might do Mustard Plug. You know, punk is you know, each to their own, but Mustard Plug, third wave ska at the very least, coming up next, I think. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out, people.